Hello there, Lunar Squadron, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be talking about a very hot topic in the community ever since the gameplay overview trailer released last week. Now, in the comments of all of our videos over the last week, we've received many questions about how character customization will work in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and whether or not it will even be in the game. So, we here at Lunar Squadron did our due diligence, we did the research, and we found out all the details that we know for sure about character customization and creation in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. In this video, we're going to be going over all of those details. We're going to be talking about why it is just such a special feature in this game, and perhaps going over some hidden details that may have been sprinkled throughout the gameplay overview trailer. But before we get into all of that, I believe we have a brief message, don't we, Andreas?
That's right, Nick. I kind of have two really important things to talk about. First of all, I just want to invite all of you to participate in our Q&A. You're going to get a chance to win a brand new LEGO Star Wars LEGO set. All you have to do is like the video, leave a Q&A question down below, and subscribe to the channel. It's just as easy as that, so make sure that you get involved. Now, the second thing is actually a bit more of a serious topic. Now, as you guys know, last week, Bosk kind of made these baseless accusations against me, saying that I smelled like a Wookiee.
He said you smell like a Wookiee.
What do you mean he said I smell like a Wookiee? Honestly, Bosk, I'm sick of your shit, you little lizard. I'm sick of your shit, Bosk! Now, of course, I could, berate Bosk, I could clap back at Bosk, I could lose my temper, but I've decided that today I'm going to take the higher road and be nice to Bosk. So with that, I'm going to ask Bosk a very simple question about this character customization today. Bosk, now that there's a character customizer, how would you feel about me putting your head on a furry, smelly Wookiee? Then who would smell like a Wookiee? Who would smell like a Wookiee then, Bosk?
This is Lunar Squadron standing by. We are ready to make the jump to hyperspace.
On my mark, Lunar Squadron.
Alright guys, so to start things off with this video, I kind of want to clear the air about really the elephant in the room. When everyone is talking about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and its character customization feature, a lot of people like to talk back to the DC Supervillains game and its character customization and just how robust it was for that game. However, when it comes to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, there were early interviews in the process right around that E3 time. I can't exactly pin down the exact interview, but they talked about how character customization in this LEGO Star Wars game was not going to be as robust as it was in the DC Supervillain game. And to be honest with you, that makes a lot of sense when you consider the context of that game. That character customization feature and just how robust and big it was a core integral mechanic of that game. And you could really customize pretty much everything in that game when it comes to your character. Now, like I said, unfortunately, that is not going to be the case when it comes to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. It will be taking a step back in that regard. However, Andreas, there is good news, though, on that front.
That's right, Nick. We actually did, and we can look at this interview right now, which we will. There was a TT Games interview at E3 as well, where a developer was asked point blank about customization, and honestly, he gave a pretty thorough affirmative response about it, which was this.
Character customization is back, as it's always been.
Okay.
So you can create your own bounty hunter, for example. You can create your own lightsaber wielding character, throw them in there, put them in with all your favorite characters, enjoy free play however you want.
So just as he said, there is going to be character customization in this game. There's no doubt about that, at least unless they've changed their mind since then, but we have reason to believe that they haven't. We're going to get into that later on in the video. But for now, what this dev was saying is that you will be able to do things such as, create a character that wields a lightsaber, or create your own bounty hunter. And when we start to think of the more contemporary information that we have about this game, especially in light of these new classes, he spoke directly about bounty hunters. We know that there's a bounty hunting class. There may be some significant overplay between selecting classes and the character customization scheme in this game. I mean, the possibilities are endless here with what you can mix and match, and honestly, I'm not too concerned with the fact that it won't be as robust as the DC game, because there are just so many characters in this game that you'll be able to swap out the different heads, torsos, arms, legs of over 300 different characters in this game and really get a cool character that will scratch the itch that you were trying to fill at that point in time. But I mean, going back to the whole classes thing, I mean, Nick, how do you think classes are going to interplay here with the character customization system in this game? And how do you think it's going to kind of fill out the customization scheme to kind of make it, that much more customizable?
Yes, definitely. So at the time of this interview, we were not aware of this character class system being in the game. And at the time when he said this, create your own Jedi, create your own bounty hunter, you really think back to the older Lego Star Wars games where you could just, mix and match different heads, torsos. You could give your character a blaster, you could give your character a lightsaber, but there was nothing really special about your character. There was nothing that you could do to make them stand out from the other characters. However, in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, that is not going to be the case, because this character class system is what is going to make the character customization so special. This is a very important feature, because you're going to be able to pick which class it appears your character, your custom character, is going to be a part of, and with that comes the special perks that we've talked about in our breakdown videos, the special abilities that they will be given, special missions that only they will be able to do, such as bounty hunters and scoundrels having the bounty hunting missions and the smuggling missions. So what is really going to make the character customization special in this game is going to be that character class system. So no, it's not going to be as robust as the DC Supervillain game, where you can customize literally every square inch of your minifigure, but this class system is what is going to be what takes it to that next level. Now, Andreas, you did bring up a very good point about the robustness of it. Even though you're not able to customize every feature, there are so many playable characters in this game that the opportunity and the combinations that you will have access to is going to be immense. I don't even know what the math is, but it's thousands, if not more. There's going to be so many different combinations you can make that I honestly don't think the players are going to see a big difference, and I think it's going to feel very robust when you combine that many possible combinations with the character class system.
Yeah, and I mean, in the old days when we were talking about, the complete saga or the Force Awakens, in LEGO Star Wars games past, you kind of were locked to, if you gave the character a lightsaber, for example, that character would then have Force abilities. But we know that things are going to be working a little bit differently this time. For example, we saw the shot of Rey as a scavenger. However, she has a lightsaber at her hip. This makes me wonder if you will be able to hand a lightsaber to just about any class in the game. Just imagine handing a lightsaber to a protocol droid class, for example. How crazy and insane would that be, seeing, a C-3PO looking created character hacking and slashing people with a lightsaber? It's terrifying, but also very cool. So there's just a ton of customization to look forward to in this game when you consider the classes, when you consider the amount of characters. Now, the one thing that I'm really excited about, and the one thing that, a lot of people have been talking about, are where are these customization stations going to be placed throughout the galaxy? Now, we know from past LEGO games that customization was frequently done via the Bacta Tank. There were Bacta Tanks located, most notably in Mos Eisley, where you were able to approach them and then mix and mash a combination of, heads, torsos, and legs to make your favorite character that you're trying to get at. Now, Nick, where do you think would be a appropriate location for these Bacta Tanks in this game? And then later on, we'll kind of elaborate on what we've kind of discovered, some evidence that we've unturned, and kind of get to that discussion. But for now, where do you think would be a cool location?
Now, ideally, I think character customization would be the coolest on Kamino. To me, that makes a ton of sense. Or perhaps even Exegol. You know, Palpatine was being put together, and there were those Bacta Tank looking things with all of the clones in it and all the failed experiments. So I think Exegol would be really cool. My ideal is Kamino. However, I think because of the sheer size of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, I really think it will be important, and I hope that the developers did this. I think you should have a character customization station on every single planet, since the galaxy is so big. It honestly would be really annoying if I was on Exegol, for example, and then I wanted to, you know, create a custom character, I had an idea come to mind, and then I would have to travel all the way across the galaxy, get to, say, Tatooine or whatever, say it's in the Cantina again, and I would have to go all the way across the galaxy to customize character, and then come all the way back to Exegol to continue my mission. I'm really hoping the developers thought ahead and put a station on every single planet.
You know, I think there's actually some reason to believe that, and the reason is we were actually able to spot what we believe could possibly be a Bacta Tank located in the brand new trailer. Now, it's a little hard to make out because of the angle. However, if you do look to the left-hand side of the screen, on Otta Gunga, you can see what appears to be a tank with, you know, darker blue liquid, just like the Bacta Tanks contain. It looks just like the Bacta Tanks which were located in the Mos Eisley Cantina in the complete saga. I don't see how Otta Gunga is a significant location for character customization at all. If, you know, we were to think of ideal locations, we would go for, like you were saying, Kamino, Exegol, or the classic location, the Cantina. However, with no real significance of Otta Gunga for character customization, I think this might be a good inclination. If this actually is one of these customizable Bacta Tanks, I think it's good indication that there might actually be character customization located on all of these different planets. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, Andreas, that's a great find that you found in this gameplay overview trailer. And to be honest with you, that does look a lot like a Bacta Tank. Now, of course, we don't know for sure, but man, it sure looks like it. And like, I completely agree with you. It really makes no sense for that to be on this planet, on Naboo, underwater. Like, that doesn't make much sense to me. There is no significance of this location to character customization or cloning or anything. So I agree with you. It could be a good little indicator that perhaps these stations will be on every planet throughout the galaxy at multiple locations. That would be awesome. Now, down below in the comments, let us know what you think. Do you think this is a Bacta Tank? Do you think that this is an indicator that the character customization stations will be scattered on every planet throughout the galaxy? What are you most excited for when it comes to character customization, and what characters do you plan on making? We want to hear all of this from you guys down below in the comments. We love reading them and interacting with all of you. Also, another great way to get involved with the Lunar Squadron is to join our Discord. A link to that will be down below in the description. It's a great place for you to get to know us better and for us to get to know you better. We have, honestly, a great time. We spent hours in there earlier before we filmed this video just interacting with our community. We really have a great time in there, so you should consider joining our Discord. But, Andreas, I think that is going to do it for us for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, we will see you all next time.